that is horrendous. Who's going to click on that?
Hi there and welcome to From Ideas to Results. I'm joined by Yumna, who is our paid lead here at Sleeping Giant Media, and we're going to be exploring all the things that are happening in the world of paid advertising. Kicking things off straight away, Google have just released AI Max. Can you give us a little introduction as to what that is?
It's essentially like a comprehensive suite of targeting and creative features. So the main 2 points of it are around search term matching and asset customization, basically. So the search term matching stuff, the benefits of it are kind of like incremental reach and performance. There's just a bit more control and just a bit more transparency. So there are headlines and URLs in like kind of the search term reporting, kind of giving you that better insight into your kind of customer journey and how people are kind of going through that as well.
Sounds quite good then, because I think the feedback historically for PMax has been that there wasn't a transparency and a control as well. So it sounds like they've listened and they're rolling out some important features that we're missing.
And I think even if you look at the way that they've changed the reporting for PMax, where they are giving you the option to look at data via placements and all of those things, even if you look at like campaign level negativing, Performance Max isn't as much of a black box as it used to be.
And so there was the Google I/O event recently, and there's lots and lots of kind of product releases that we've seen from that. What are we seeing the direction of travel when it comes to Google and what they're doing from an AI integration perspective? What are you seeing and in terms of those accounts?
A lot of it is coming down to gathering data and like basically being able to use that to optimize the campaigns. Whereas it gathers more data and becomes more intuitive, it becomes much easier for them to then roll out more of those features to give us that kind of better insight into it. I think there's going to just be a little bit more of a lean towards that, really, where it's going to continue to be slightly less levers for us to pull, but actually a lot more data for us to make informed decisions with.
And they seem to be integrating in the production process as well. There's more asset creations and sort of using AI in that way, which is interesting.
The machine learning that a lot of these campaigns are driven by are only going to be kind of like further utilizing that. So obviously that's kind of where it kind of comes into play with the asset creation. But even when it comes to suggesting those headlines for you and kind of moving things around and all of that. So I think kind of a bit of a balancing situation where you don't want to give it total control, because sometimes you'll see what it looks like and you're like, that is horrendous. Who's going to click on that? Versus it having enough data to be able to make the right decisions. So you want to give it enough kind of control that it can kind of go off and learn and get better as it goes on, to an extent having that quality control. And that's where that human input is really important.
And sort of talking now a little bit more about the impact that we're seeing of AI overview. So it's a big topic. It always is having impact on paid as well. We're seeing that search engine results page change. We're now seeing the AI mode that's just launched in America as well. That's obviously going to be coming to the UK. How is that currently impacting paid? What are they doing to, I guess, mitigate that? Because at the moment, that's a big revenue generator for Google. And as soon as they start removing the clicks, that's going to cause them financial issues as well. So what's the kind of current impact we're seeing, and what do you think the future is for that sort of impact on paid?
I think it's much more of an impact for that kind of middle of the funnel activity. So that is kind of the impact. Is much more that kind of like those broader keywords, that middle of the funnel kind of approach. And I think, yeah, there's definitely an impact there. I think in terms of where it will go in the future, we've already started to see obviously like that AI overview moving from that top of the page into the middle of the page. And but also they're even talking about kind of having that additional implementation of having those like kind of paid resources at most, or like kind of links back to that kind of paid section of that AI overview. Sometimes we've seen it obviously like credit certain bits of the information from that AI overview to sources. I think very much it's about making sure that your activity on paid, as always, aligns with your activity on organic.
So lots and lots of changes. Doesn't look like Google's got the answers yet either. They're kind of experimenting with all of this as well.
Absolutely, and I think that's kind of, it's really important to be able to roll with the punches with that and not obviously dropping everything with your strategy. Go do the new thing. It's important for us to stay on top of those newer things, but also to kind of not totally deviate from our strategy, but just to keep keeping those things in mind, so we kind of adjust and tweak our strategy as we go on, rather than just totally going off course.
Absolutely. Thank you very much. Well, there we go. Lots of things happening in the world of paid. And again, it feels like it's just getting started. Lots more to come. So if you found that useful, do check out our website, check out our socials. And again, we'll see you next time.